deserve. Let's talk hair. I got what you deserve. Let's talk hair. Let's talk hair. Talk hair to me. Talk hair to me. Talk hair. Let's talk hair. Talk hair to me. Talk hair to me. Talk hair to me. Talk hair to me. Let's talk hair. Let's talk hair.
All right.
No, take it
We are back. We are back. All right. Thank you all. It's been months. Oh, y'all still clapping. Let us know y'all are here. Y'all are here. This is Talk Hair to Me. Y'all, it's been, oh my God, it's been months. I mean, months.
A long time.
Not years. Not years.
Yeah.
Months. So, hey, y'all, we got a show for you today. We're gonna get the juice going. We're gonna talk hair to you. But I'm your host, Angela H. Brown, and I just didn't want to come on here all by myself. I wanted to talk hair with some, friends, family. We got other guests that may be coming on, but like right now, we got some conversations. So we're gonna get it started, but I just kind of one of my favorite clips is right here. So before we talk about our topic or whatever, we're gonna loosen it up and we're gonna talk about hair. But I've just got to show y'all just one of my favorite clips because hey, it's gonna be one or two or whatever like that. But we're gonna talk hair, and people call me Madam CJ Walker, and I'm like, I don't know how I got that name, but people, because I ain't steal nothing. Okay, I got that name. So without any further ado, I'm gonna show you a little clip.
It's time to tell my story. Seems like I was born to struggle. After a while, I guess I just lost hope. That's when my hair started falling out.
I'm going to help you.
My hair grew back, and so did my confidence. Maybe I could sell your product. I don't think sales is for you. Colored women will do anything to look like me, even if deep down they know they can't.
I ain't gonna let you keep beating up on yourself, yeah?
From now on, I'm doing my own hair, making my own hair grow. Come on.
Missy, I don't take orders no more. Lincoln freed me 40 years back.
That's why I'm gonna pay you.
And that's why you're my favorite daughter-in-law.
Sisters, let's talk about hair. They put us down, tell us we're ugly, make us feel ugly. Wonderful hair leads to wonderful opportunities. Mama, you sure on to something.
You can call me Queen.
I want a whole line of products, which is why I want to open my own factory.
There's such a thing as growing too fast.
We live in a man's world. It's just not our place.
I didn't come here to make sandwiches. I came here to do business.
Oh, I know. What you gonna do now, Sarah?
Don't let nobody steal your dream, Mama.
We need a plan B.
I'm not going back to laundry.
Now, we done all made sacrifices. You gonna do what's best for this family.
Hair is beauty. Hair is power.
Damn, Sarah, how big you wanna be?
Big. Carnegie, Ford, and Rockefeller put together.
I'm a ruler, yeah.
We gotta work harder. Be smarter. And dream big.
I'm a ruler, yeah.
one of the most epic movies ever because it reminds me of my dream. I want to talk about these special guests, and one of them, she's an amazing woman. She is the owner of Hair Angel Love Salon. Her name is Angel. I call her Angie. Angie Castor. And she has done phenomenal things, always giving back in the community. She partners with this other woman that is phenomenal, and her name is Adrian Hughes of Panache Styles. Adrian and Miss Angie. They work together at Hair Angel Love. And while they're working together, they're going to tell you how they give back. When they give back, they don't play with it. So we're going to welcome them. And then we also have another guest, Christian Austin, which is the owner of Crystal's Hair Salon in Millington, Tennessee. And she is going to, I'm going to let everybody just plug themselves in. So we're going to, I want y'all to, first of all, welcome them, but we also want them to speak about who they are in this business. So before we get down to these topics and we expose some stuff, because I'm not going to hold back and they're not going to hold back. So we want to start with you, Miss Angie Castor. Tell us about yourself.
Oh, let's start with me first. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. We hear you.
I thought I was muted. Angela Castor, like you said, proprietor of Hair Angel Love Salon Studios located in Bartlett, Tennessee. I have been in the hair business for a little over 23 years now. So we've seen the comings and the goings and the changes of the industry. I've been having the brick and mortar for a little over 3 years now. And it's been a journey.
Okay.
I am a mother of 3 boys, 24, 16, 13, and we doing the dang thing.
And so there are times that you even working with people that are cancer survivors. Is that true?
Yeah, we get a little bit of everything at the studio. We get a little bit of every type of client that you could think of pretty much walks through that door. We have the cancer patients. We have the patients that are suffering from diabetes, that their hair is falling out. We have the patients that have actually, depression. So we have a little bit of any medical thing that affects the hair. It probably comes through our door.
Sounds good. I mean, wow. So we have Miss Adrian Hughes. She's also on our sales team with Deserve Professional Hair Care Products. She's headed to Las Vegas in June. So we're going to have a blast. But
I'm jealous. I think I want to go.
You want to go?
Too. I want to go too.
Right. I think I want to go.
Me too.
I mean, it's a lot of work. Asian tongue be hanging out.
A mini vacation.
I know, right? So, Adrian, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Name is Adrian Hughes. Panache Styles. I am a stylist here in Memphis and soon in Dallas at some point, doing pop-up shops in Dallas. So that's something I have just started this past month. Work with Angie at Hair Angel Love. So I have been doing hair all my life, but professionally in the salon since 2017. I used to be a school teacher, so I do a lot of children's hair. I have a little patience. No, I have a lot of patience. Mm-hmm. I have patience with the children, but I guess you can say I'm a natural stylist. I do it all, but I have a whole lot of natural stylists that comes my way. So I guess it's a little bit about me, kind of like what I do. And yes, I'm on your team. And you guys, if you go, you're gonna work. You're not gonna go to any class. You're gonna work.
Yeah, you
Oh
gonna
man.
work.
You're
Yes.
on that sales floor working. But it's fun. But you know, you get the word out. So
Well, so Miss Christine,
Yes, ma'am.
tell us, Crystal, about you.
Okay. Well, hello, everyone. Thank you for
Hey.
having me. My name is Christine Austin. It's showing up Christian, which is my son. He done got me through here. So if this phone go to doing all kind of stuff, know it is him. It ain't me. So I've been in the hair industry maybe 30 years now. Um, Hair is all I know. This what I've been doing all my life since high school. Um, and so I'm trying to get more into evolving into kind of stretching myself a little deeper in the hair industry. So I've been married 20 years and I have four kids, 28, 27, 26, and 16.
Oh wow.
So hey, here I am
Right. Doing
doing
it.
it. Yep.
Did you
Hmm.
well, congratulations. Now we have another one. This is the Mr. Theodore Chisholm. I'm sorry, Pastor Theodore Chisholm. And he's also the owner of Beverly's of Nashville and also TC Distributor Inc. In Nashville, Tennessee. So Theodore, welcome. Tell us a little bit about you if I hadn't said it already.
How y'all doing? Good to see all you all on here today. My name
Good to
is
see you.
Theodore Chisholm. They call me Teddy for short. You know, I've been called Teddy all my life, so I just keep the name. But excited to be on here with you all, and I've been in the industry now. You all going on 32 years. This is something that God told me to do. This ain't nothing I decided to do. God told me
Me
to
either.
actually go off and doing hair. So I've been married to my wife for 32 years. I'm consistent in everything that I do. I try to stay humble as I can, but we have a great topic tonight. Angela told me about it, and I'm just excited just to dialogue with you all about what's going to go on with this live talk hair to me tonight. So I'm excited tonight. So y'all, let's get in it. Let's chop it up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you know we have a lot to cover. Uh, And I mean, the topic itself is why clients have lost the trust in their hairstylists today. I have noticed whether I'm delivering products or new clients are sitting in my chair or going out to the schools and teaching, I'm like, there's a problem going on. And I've seen certain hairstylists that's doing certain things in the salon that I think that needs to be addressed. And then also, I think clients, I want to talk a little bit about the customers of how they perceive us. And clients, we want you all to type in. If anybody's watching, just say hello and hi. Let us know that you are here because we have really promoted this. But don't just look at us. Just let us know that you are here. The old way Talk Here to Me is our listeners are always chiming in and saying hello. So let us know that you're there. And also, that's right. Let us know you there. Don't sit up and just be, just watching. Let us know you there. We're gonna do giveaways. Hello, Tanya. That's my post. That's my marketing team. She promoted this show. So Tanya is a blessed woman. So thank you so much, Tanya, for saying hello. Tabia Hall is watching. Hello, Tabia. We're gonna get this conversation going. Tabia got a lot to say too. So, Tabia might be like, she gonna go in, she gonna go ham. But we want to get it going. I am the owner of Deserve Professional Hair Care Products here in Memphis, Tennessee. And also I have been in the business over 39 years, specializing in my lane, hair loss. And all these people up here are connected some kind of way to Deserve, including you, Tabia. Um, And special thank you to Tanya Harrison, who actually helped to promote this situation. But me and Tanya, we've had a lot of meetings about hair loss. Crystal and I have really dived deep and talked about this thing too. We have gone in. Uh, but we want to talk about the first question. The first question is, somebody let us know, why are hairstylists not educating themselves? Do anybody know, why do you just want to go to a color class, a cutting class? Well, why is it that you are not educating yourself on the whole integrity of your customers? Because deserve is about treatments and all of that. So, but there's a bigger situation going on, and it is about um, how the client is not trusting the stylist, and then the stylist is in their feelings about the actual client. I mean, about the hairstylist. So
Right.
let's talk about education first, because if we're educating ourselves, then why are the clients not trusting us? So do we still educate about do we still go to classes anymore? Any one of you, are we educated?
I mean, I
Yeah.
don't think some
I,
people understand the importance of getting education. Stylists, I think sometimes they are secure in what they do, and sometimes they feel like, I know, I've come up with my own way, and they just, stick with this one brand, stick with this one idea, and they just go with it. I guess I come from the background of education. I was educated for 16 years, so I know it's very important that you have to go and get education to keep you up to date with what's going on in any career. So I try to pride myself in going to shows and classes and try to get educated on what's new and new color, new products. You have to be aware. And I know they love that YouTube University. And yes, it can help you out some days when you're trying to figure something out. Somebody has posted something, but going to a class, sitting down, or even paying for a class, sometimes you got to pay to
Yep.
get great knowledge. And sometimes people don't want to pay to get knowledge, but that's what you have to do to evolve. So some people just want to stay there where they are. Then, a client has to realize, is this where I want to be? Do I want to sit in this stylist chair because she's not coming up with new ideas, product to evolve my hair and to make it healthy? So, clients nowadays, they're realizing, I have that choice. I've been with you for years, but I see somebody over here who's doing a look, doing better, or their hair is looking like this. So, clients now know that they have that opportunity to, change it up.
I mean, I hear you talking about new, but we need to bring old school back. So
What do you
old
mean old
school,
school for as what?
this before you got in the game.
I mean, what are
Old
you saying?
school,
You got to bring old school back. What are you bringing back?
old school started when there was a bunch of us in the salon at one time. We were there to assist and help each other when they, colors and all of that. But even the root of doing colors has to be with treating the hair. Old school is when we really cared about uh, going into, when they sat in the chair, we did the whole analysis of the hair.
Consultations. You
And
did
we actually,
consultations first.
yeah, we sat in the chair, and we I have people to fill out a form now, but I didn't have a form. I got to know that client first, and I got to know the lifestyle of the client. Old school is when you get to know the from the diet to the stresses to everything that's going on. So Angie, share a little bit about
uh,
that.
no, it's a pretty much. I think what you're saying is the idea of building that relationship that we used to have. It's not all about. It's definitely about style and hair, but it's also about building relationships. A lot of the younger stylists these days, the ones that I've met when I visit the schools or whatever, a lot of it, and a lot of just the way the world is shifting now. It's about the styles, the latest trends, and we're not keeping up with the relationships with our clients to understand and to know that in order for me to have um, history with your hair, I have to know your history. I have to know what's happening with you. And a lot of people are not just into sharing that like they used to be. Like they used to know that they have to share these things with their stylists. And a lot of stylists are not even asking, hey, what's going on with you? Or they just assume that, hey, it was just a style or you did something to my hair. No, it could be something with you internally, mentally. So a lot of that part of the old school, I feel like does need to come back full circle to where the client even feels comfortable and the stylist is knowledgeable enough to know what questions to ask.
Sounds good. Crystal, can you add to
Let me piggyback off of the first question was about the education. So I remember probably maybe 10 years ago, I looked up and the industry had just completely just left me because I wasn't doing any education.
Right.
And I think my first thing was I worked in the salon alone for probably 15 of those years because of all the things I would hear about other stylists talking about how they were getting along with each other. So I always kind of stayed to myself. And so when I did that, it kind of doubled me down on really either furthering my education and knowing what was going on around me. I was just in my own bubble doing my own thing. And when I looked up, I didn't have no clients. I was wondering, where are my clients? Well, they was going on to everybody else. They were doing other things because I wasn't outside of my circle. It was just me and me alone. I would go to hair shows. I would go and shop, get products, Bronner Brothers, the flea market. They were flea marketed in the show. I ain't have to go downtown. They were flea marketing at the show because they had some education, but not a whole lot. But I didn't take any classes
Right.
anyway. I was just going to shop and buy products and be cute
Yeah.
and was actually falling behind in the industry.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I looked up
Yeah.
and I didn't have no clients. And then that's when I had to,
Right.
pull it together. Like, okay,
Get
that's
back
where
to it.
they going to other people that are doing different things and are educating themselves. And because, the world moves. And if you don't move with it, you're going to be behind. That's where I was. So
Absolutely.
I can see why stylists
Absolutely.
don't do that. You don't really think it's important. You think you're doing
Right.
it all right and all together.
Can
But
we
yeah.
get caught up in the fact that even the ones that you start making your money and you kind of, like you say, you're in your bubble,
Yes.
sometimes you can just get caught up and you bring
Uh-huh.
it in 1,500,
Yep.
2,000,
I was caught up.
Yeah.
3,000, and you're like,
Definitely.
hey, I'm set, I'm straight. Y'all the one that need all the education I'm good. Back
Yeah.
in the day, we didn't even have to pass out business cards because
Mm-hmm.
word of mouth was, and the guerrilla marketing was so huge. People just
Right.
say your hair, where you go, who your stylist, and
Right.
oh, she good, she over here. That's was our business cards back in the day. Now social media, we got to tell people. Latanya, how you doing? Let's speak to our people. And Adrian,
Hey,
she's on the set.
Tanya. Miss
Adrian said,
Bugler.
hey. Yes, and Poppy, my husband, Perry Brown, say, hey, Pooh. We got Gwendolyn on here.
Hey,
Adrian actually
Gwen.
does Gwen's hair. And she's like, hair talk love. Yes. So we are we're gonna have to hop back on that subject, but we're gonna get
Right.
back. Gwen says, Gwen gonna tell you all about hair skills, lol. Yes. And then we also want the client, like if you had a bad experience, let us know how you feel. Or you may still be with your stylist, but you like, she always running late, or she
Right.
doesn't because there are clients that sometimes may say, how's my hair doing? And you go like, oh, it's fine, because you don't see big holes and patches, but you know there is something wrong. So let's even say when we see the signs of hair loss, why do we keep that from our clients? Why do we ignore it?
You don't know what to do.
Because
Right.
let's,
Well,
Crystal,
I'm
what
gonna be honest with you. No, I tell my clients.
Mm-hmm.
I
I'm
let them
just
know.
that's just yeah.
I
Yeah,
can't
you're
say
right.
that. No, I let them know. I let
Right.
them know about the treatments. I let them
Mm-hmm.
know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm going to do. I have had clients sit in my chair and be like, "No, don't cut it. I want to keep it." Like, girl, you need to cut this. This is I don't understand why you no, we need to shake
But you
this.
know what?
He
A
looking
lot
a
of
mess.
it, some of the stylists that do not mention it is because of what she just said. They're
They
afraid
don't know what to do.
and they don't know what to do
Mm-hmm.
to fix it. But
Absolutely.
that's why I said a
Absolutely.
lot of the education. That's why I tell some of the students that we go and visit or whatever. That it is an education behind it, especially the ones that say they specialize in braids, and they feel like
Mhm.
they know by the back of their hand, so they don't need a class. But braids thin out certain clients, certain
Areas.
ones.
Mhm.
Some clients it does, enhance or helps their hair to be protective, but like she said, it is. Some people just don't, they be scared to say because you don't know what to do, and that
Mhm.
client. And it's like, what am I gonna do? She gonna stop coming to me. But that's where I was talking about building that relationship to where with your client to where you're comfortable to say, hey, look, we need to lay up off this for a minute because your hair is not doing right.
Right. Right.
And they're gonna know it when you style it anyway. They're gonna notice that it's something
Mhm.
different about the way it's styled and the way it's laying and the way it look. But yeah, Adrian Wright, look, we'll tell our clients in a minute. Look, I do a crochet. I do a whole lot of crochet. My clients love crochets, and I have to tell them, and they know. Angie, I don't want to take a break this week. Can I take a break next week? Nope. Because that week may be detrimental to us and what we're doing and our
Right.
goals.
Should you put a band-aid on it? Like if my thing is like I had a conversation with a client and I asked her, I'm not going to expose her name, but she comes in and she's really
Expose her.
I have a treatment. Yeah, I won't expose the hell out of her. But what I did was she came in. I said, let's have a conversation. I said, because you keep telling me that your hair frizzes and I have the solution, and you keep telling me just shampoo it. I said, but I got the solution. I said, you're the only one that I have that do that. I said, I'm getting tired of telling you how I can treat your hair. I said, do you not have the money? No, it's not a money problem. I said, what is your problem? I said, do you understand who is behind this chair? You got somebody who is a beast. You need to Google me. You do not know who you really got. And she was like, I said, I've been doing your hair since I was 15 years old. And you sit up and act like you just met me. I said, you are the only one. All my clients come for treatments, but you. And I said, you don't just have to have hair falling out to get your hair treated. Your situation is about performance. You need a good performance, and you want longer and thicker hair. So we have Tabby Hall that says, I have several clients that have braids and have damaged their hair, and they don't want to get it treated or trimmed. Do you know, what do y'all feel about how do we just stop? I feel like I have certain clients that I just don't do no more, because if you're not going to follow what I do, I feel like if they have the braids, they don't want to get their hair treated, and that's not who you represent, they need to be an ex-customer. So you can draw in people that actually do what you do. How did we get to the point, and I need somebody to answer this, where our customers are walking in and telling us what they gonna get?
You know what, Angie? I remember we went to a class one time in actually it was Vegas, wasn't it, Adrian? To where I think it was a class, and it was the most, even though it was the simplest sentence, but it was the most profound sentence. And I was early on in my career. He said that you choose your clients. Your clients really don't choose you.
That's true.
You choose. I get to choose them. So a lot of my clients, when like she's saying, they have damaged hair. You're prohibiting me from doing my job when you don't do what I ask you to do. So that's just like with any relationship. If we're not going to work together, then it's not going to work. So therefore, let's go our separate ways and go to someone that does better.
Teddy, jump on in there, Teddy.
Yeah,
you just raise your hand. Jump on in, Teddy.
Look, that's why
I had to switch computers because I couldn't.
Let him say something for you. Hop back on.
All right, y'all, what's been going on here, and I hate to say this, y'all, but our African American sisters have gotten lazy when it comes to taking care of their hair, taking care of their just the whole healthiness of their hair, because they don't want to take the time out to do the things that you all did back in the day. They don't want to wrap their hair. They don't want to put the moisture back in the hair. They want to slap some braids on there, be lazy, and walk around looking the same. Y'all, I am so irritated with braids that it drives me crazy in this industry right now. And that is 50 to 60% of what's going on with the industry right now, because these young girls that's coming up behind them, the young babies they're lost, y'all. We have a
Oh
lot
yeah,
when it comes
absolutely.
to young clients. So I try to tell my new stylists that come into the salon now to stay away from the braids, stay away from the doing those type of styles, because what that is doing is it's making this industry go to a place to where we'll never be able to get it back, y'all, if we don't take control of it now. Because people, and I hate to say this, COVID did this too. COVID had a lot to do with what's going on with our industry as well, because it made women get so, and I'm not talking about y'all, please don't get this wrong, but it made African American women so lazy to the point to where they don't have to go nowhere. They don't want to do nothing. So that's what put them in a position to where they feel like, okay, I don't have to go to the stylist no more. I don't have to go get my hair taken care of. I don't have to do the things that we did back when I heard you all say old school back in the day. Back in the day, women took care of their hair. They cared about the way their hair looked. They cared that their edges, was strong. But if we don't, and this is the form that we need to do more often, just to talk about how bad braids are, because people don't understand how bad they are when it comes to attaching some synthetic hair to your hair. It's taking away the moisture, it's taking away the elasticity, it's making it to where they leaving it in for 3 to 6 to 7 months. Take a piece of dirt and put a piece of dirt on your skin, put a piece of tape over it for 3 months. Take it off in 3 months and look what you have. That's the same thing that we're going through with these braid situations. So when
we
y'all,
got somebody that disagree with you. We got somebody
and see,
look, we got to Gwen don't chimed in because she said, and now she got a second one. I'm gonna put that. She said, I'm not lazy. I get braids so I can work out daily. So the world knows the world knows 48 is still fine. My hairstylist does well and reminded me to use the oil with braids and treats my hair by making me deep conditioners when I take the braids out. And then she ended it saying word. So I'm gonna do it like with a word. But I must say, when I do have clients, Teddy, I make them get a treatment before, and this is the protective strand. They get the treatment before, they use the elixir during, and when they come up out of it, they get the treatment, the shea or this. I make sure that they understand and they get apple ciders and everything. So I make sure that even if you have a client that does get it, the CCCA and traction alopecia will, even the person that's braiding and stuff, you can't pull and draw a lot of tension at the scalp area, the top of the head. You have got to even know, you got to get your technique right. So even if they get it, I agree. I can't stand the braids myself because I know what it does. But when a person, I think Teddy is referring to the people with bad habits, not the people with good habits, because the people with bad habits do not care at all.
Because Gwendolyn is my client.
That's what I was just going to say.
Let me tell you, that's my client. Gwen is my client. So when it comes to Gwen only leaves her braids up for 1 month. She doesn't do 2 or 3. She gets it that 1 month. She comes out. We treat it. And like some people, when they come out they braids, they want to get a relaxer. She does not do that. Gwen can go up to 10 weeks without getting a relaxer. And her hair is strong. And so she is about self-care and body. And so when it comes to her, she's going to work out. And so when she goes hard to work out, she has to go to her braids. And so I understand, but I always tell her, okay, when we come back in, she knows to come in as soon as she takes them out. And then we go into doing our treatments and making sure that her hair is good. Now, one thing I can say with people that I deal with who do wear braids or do wear crochets, I even kind of explain to them, because some people, they wear it too long. And I always tell people, you want to get your money's worth. I understand that. But there's also a thing of choosing the right braider, right? So when I refer clients, I don't refer them to a lot of African shops, because I know they snatch all the hair up and make sure it's all in. I have like certain people that I will refer them to, because I know when they braid the hair, they're not putting a whole lot of tension on it. Some of the braiders, like, what's her name, Angela? Ashley Hair Everywhere in Millington. She does a wonderful job with braids, and she doesn't put a whole lot of tension on their hair. So I refer people to her. I also know that when she does braids, she doesn't sit here and take the braids and cut up the braids, whatever is sticking out. We know whatever is sticking out is your hair. So a lot of times people are like, oh, she did cut that. Well, that's your hair. That's not all synthetic hair that's sticking out. And sometimes, so you have to know where you're sending your clients to. If you're going to refer them out, make sure that you refer them to a great braider and that they appreciate hair care. And so I always tell them, if you're going to do 2 months, I don't like 2 months, but if you do, you need to go back and get your perimeter braided. Some people want to go 2 months without going to get their perimeter rebraided. The reason why you should do that is because it's dangling, right? If you go back, take it down and get it rebraided, now it's not holding on heavy and dangling.
2 months is too long.
2 months might be too long. I get that. But for your edges, if you go back and get your edges redone, you shampoo your hair, you go back and get your edges redone, that helps with this break, from breaking off on your edges. So some people will do that. So if I have somebody who does that, then I got to tell them what's right. Now I can tell them I wouldn't do it, but you have some people who are going to continue to do what they want to do. Well, I'm going to try to help you and tell you, go and get your perimeter done, because no longer are you having braids that are hanging and pulling and now snatching at your hair.
Okay.
So I know that we have our way of doing things because we believe in hair care, but some people don't. And so I think this will be good if we learn how to teach people who are braiders. We need to start teaching them about hair care with braids.
The only situation with that is they're braiding at their houses. They're not braiding in salons.
That is true. Some are.
We don't have professional braid salons out here, y'all. It's
and State Board is passing it where they're not getting $1,800. They're not doing that. They're going some graduating and they don't know about hair care. So they just know how to put the darn braids in, and whether your hair fall out or not, they could care less that your hair fall out. Braiders this is what I can't stand, is for you to be doing braids, weaves, sewing. I don't give a what you doing. You don't tell your client to show up with their hair already shampooed. That's ghetto to me.
But see, that has a
you
lot to do
treat
with
their hair before you actually sew anything up in their hair. Y'all sitting up here telling folks that you professional, you don't even have no water, you don't have no sink, and y'all sitting up here braiding hair and talking about come with your hair already shampooed. You can't hang out with me telling nobody that, because they need to be treated before they actually do that. So it's the client's responsibility to make sure that they go to a person that can treat their hair before they even hit that braider who is not a professional. So Gwen, Crystal
I want to
Reed.
say one more thing, y'all, before we jump
Yeah.
off the braid situation. And I am not Gwendolyn, I am not coming at you, so you know this. But I have to say this, y'all. Listen to me. Listen to me. I am a man in the industry. I'm talking about all 100% man. Men love to be able to touch our women and put our hands in your head and be able to at least touch you. Braids are, y'all, it is irritating. I promise you all. I've talked to so many men that say I'd rather my woman just get a short natural cut. I look at y'all on here today. None of you all have braids in your hair today on this panel, and I guarantee you that your hair, your scalp is healthy. You smell good. You have, and I'm telling you all, this show must get out to the world, to the African American women, because y'all, I'm trying to think of a good word to say it. We have to get these women out of this synthetic braiding situation. We have to do it, y'all.
But you know what?
Go
It
ahead. Go
goes
ahead.
back
Wait
to
a minute,
what you were
hold up, wait
saying
a
at
minute.
first.
Gwen got something. Angie, read what Gwen said.
What she
She
say?
says, I'm
With
with
him
him
though. I
though.
like my regular hair. LOL, no weave. LOL, I'm the roller set queen, which she is the roller set queen.
So now
But
tell
see,
us
that's
what
what I was
you.
just about to say though. See how she came back? It's the education of the stylist and passing that word along, because a lot of we've kind of gotten away from it. So everybody had got until to what the style looked like in the trends. But if we're giving that education, like Mr. Chisholm was saying, like if we're telling people and we're passing the word along, people gonna follow. It's a monkey see, monkey do world. So if we start, like you said, pushing that more and pushing it to where they really have no choice, to where just like when a natural thing came out, everybody wanted to be natural. Folks didn't even know what consisted of natural, but because their neighbor or their coworker was doing it, they did it. So if we start telling our clients, even the ones that get braids and get crochets, making them, which I do crochets. Now I don't do individual braids, but I do crochets. I teach my clients, for the ones that just feel like they gotta have a protective style in their head, that I prefer a crochet style over an individual braiding style, because it gives the scalp, still gives the scalp a little bit more leeway. And like Adrian said, it depends on who do it too, because I know how to braid the cornrow braids, not so tight to where you still have a style and it still look good. But once we put that word out there and we get to preaching it more, and it spreads, they're gonna want to take care of their hair. They're gonna want to do it, because now, oh, she looking at me crazy. Oh, because it's a monkey see, monkey do world. Y'all understand what I'm saying?
It is.
Like,
Mhm.
it's a monkey
Absolutely.
see, monkey do world. So
Absolutely.
if we
Mhm.
start using the correct terminology and educating ourselves and letting them know, and then we're passing it on and we're connecting it and getting it, it's gonna spread just like Wipeout, just like it did with the naturals, just like it
Right.
did with the quick weave, just like it did with the
Mhm.
sew in. Just like it did with anything else. We just have to push it more.
Right.
Yes. So Claudel, he's a master barber. That's me and Adrian's cousin, Claudel Hughes. He says some people don't care as long as it looks good. Crystal, do you have anything to say on that?
Yeah, I would say that people, to me now, it's just all about how they look. They don't really care if they don't have any hair or not, because they, like a lot of the people that I see um, on Facebook or Instagram, now they'll show their scalp completely bald, but then it's okay to say I've done a transformation and put some hair on top of it, which to me is not making it healthy. You looking good, but you still got some issues underneath there, and we have a lot of that as well. So and then too, now I can comment about the braids. Now I don't do any braids at all, but I do have a young lady in the salon that does it. Now braids, to me, it take too long for little money, and it's just it to me, that's working hard. And then when they don't come, then you got an issue because they manipulating the online booking systems, and it's just too much for me with that. But hey, we're created to all do something different. That's why we all so unique in our own ways.
Right.
Okay. Well, we're gonna get the pink elephant out the room, because another thing is I have an issue going out to the schools and they're not learning anything.
Oh
So
no.
these young babies that are coming into, they don't know hair care. They don't know how to be professional. They have hygiene problems, some of them, and they're going straight into salon suites. They smelling like weed, and you come into a seasoned salon. Don't nobody want to. What happened to Chronic Killer? And they
Chronic
come
Killer don't
in.
work with this stuff they
Chronic
smoke.
Killer don't work like it used to. And then
It's a different kind of weed they smoking, Angie.
it stinks so bad. And you hide while you're doing your clients. You go into these cute salon suites because you don't want to be around anybody. You don't want nobody to tell you nothing. You got an attitude. So what do y'all feel about, are they ready to go into salon suites, or do they need to be in a seasoned salon?
You know, for me, I have noticed I came into the industry, 2017. And so I was brought up in a salon. I wasn't brought up going to salon suites. But what I have noticed that people want their own, right? They want to say they have their own salon. And how do you get your own salon unless you get a salon suite? This one room, this small space is yours. And so a lot of people, they like to have their own, and they want to say, I have a salon. And this gives them that.
We get that, but are you ready?
Now, this is another thing.
They're ready.
No, they're not ready.
Some people would say that they are ready, but then I tell people a lot of times, because I think you and I were talking about it, Angela Hughes Brown, that a lot of times when they go in, they don't stay long because, one, you don't have clientele. Right? So we know a lot of times you got to build clientele is word of mouth. Now with social media. But in a salon, you would get phone calls that would say, hey, do y'all take walk-ins? Hey, can I come in? You have people knocking on the door coming in. Do y'all take walk-ins? So in a regular salon, you can build clientele easily if you're in a regular salon. In a salon suite, you're limited. You have to really, really push yourself in order to get people. So a lot of times, if a person has a clientele that is established, they can flourish and do well in a salon suite. But when you're just coming out of school, no, I think you need to be around people, because for me, I like to bounce off other people.
What kind of people they need to be around?
They need to be around.
They need to be around.
What kind of people do they need to be around?
And they know. But I will tell you this: I have met a person who had gone into, Angela know the girl, who had gone into a salon, and she was real cool. One of the first salons I was in, and she came in. She didn't like to speak to people. She didn't really like
communication. Oh my
come
God.
in. She really didn't. It's like when her client came in, they sat down, she got to work. That's it. If you're like, hey girl, how you doing? She didn't like to conversate. She was like, when she went into the salon, she said to herself, this is not for me. Being in a salon is not for me. I need to be by myself. I don't like to talk to people. That customer service that you are
That's
taught,
gone.
it is gone. And they would rather be by themselves and just and not have to conversate with other people. So some people might need to be by themselves, because a lot of time when we would come into that salon, we were like, how's she today? Can we say hello? Because some people have that attitude and they might need to be by themselves. But I think that when you come out of school, you need to go into a regular salon, because you need to learn the etiquette of being a stylist and how to act.
But I don't think they teach etiquettes in school. They don't teach
But
them
see,
how to
that's
communicate.
what
They
I
don't
was
teach
just
them.
about.
Yeah, they don't teach
That's
them
what I was
nothing
gonna
about
say.
that.
It's gonna go back to, it's one of those models to where it starts at home, and ideally it starts at the schools. The schools that I go visit and the students that I talk to, they need the educators that they have in place at some of these schools are not really salon professionals themselves. They're waiting, and they are banking on those grants. Those girls are just there. They're teaching each other. They're learning from each other.
I've seen it.
The teachers are not even teaching. So it's going to be up to some of us, the old schools, to go back so that we can change the industry. A lot of us don't want to go back because the schools don't really pay anything. But honestly, that's the way that we're going to have to get on the inside to change a lot of the way these young ladies and even some seasoned women that has gone back to school in their older age, They're not. They're just not teaching. So they're teaching each other bad habits. So I tell them all the time, you shouldn't go into a salon suite. I feel like, and I tell them all the time, if I go into a salon suite, I'm retired. I'm pretty much done. I got this selected 15 that I'm gonna do, and I ain't doing nobody else, and I'm done. And that's later on. You know what I'm saying? That's later on
Yeah.
down the line when I feel like I'm ready to sit down. But it starts at the schools. We have to go back. I go back, and I have taken Adrian with me a couple times to speak to some of these students. Stylists these days, we have to go back to some of these schools, just even if it's just to talk to them, because they teaching each other bad habits.
I'm an advisor at Empire Beauty College, and I've received new students as they come out of school, and I go there and I talk with them as well. You all, we do have to. I like what you said about going back into the schools, y'all. We do have to go back into these schools and do the part of teaching, showing them what needs to be done. I have a eight chair salon in my, in here in Nashville, and I just received a student from Empire Beauty College. And when I tell you all, this young lady did not know how to shampoo, did not know how to blow dry hair, and she completed her course and passed her test and everything, you all. And she does not know how to shampoo hair.
I think something should be done to the schools for that.
Yeah. So that's what we do have to do. And I agree. We have to, as stylists, go back in there and make it a thing to where if you all are sending out bad products into this industry, you are not helping the industry at all. And what's going to happen is that the schools are going to fail, and then it's going to be a whole backline. Everything is going to start to domino effect, and it's going to
a domino effect.
Yes.
It's definitely a domino effect. I'm with the Empire here in the city. So Empire and Paul Mitchell. So one of the stylists one of the young ladies that just started this salon, she's from Empire. And just a small story, when I first started going to Empire, it was so many girls like, you'll get some of them that's like, oh, I know what I want to do when I get out. I want to get me a suite. I want to, this is what I'm going to do. And it's all about that dollar amount. It's all about how much money I'm going to make. It's all about that dollar amount. Their mind is not about creating longevity anymore. So one of the young ladies, and that's why I chose her, and she actually chose me as well. She is so special because her mentality was, I love your charisma. I love the way you talk. I love the way you dress. This is what this young lady told me. She's from Chicago. She's not even from Memphis. She's from Chicago, and she moved here. And she was like, that's how I want to be. I want to be an actual professional. I want longevity in this business. So for me to inspire her like that, those other young ladies who was just talking about dollar amount, they doing what they know. They doing what they've been around. They acting like what they've been around. So if we want to bring some of that old school, and it ain't necessarily old school anymore, it's the professionalism. If we want to bring some of that professionalism, some of that just creativity, just the customer service, if we want to bring that back, we definitely got to, like I said.
I can't hear.
I can't hear Angela.
Angela's talking. She don't know she.
Right.
Yeah. Angela, can you hear us?
Can y'all hear me?
We can hear
you.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring her back.
Okay.
And see if we can hear. Can say something, Angela? Angie?
I think her phone may be muted.
Angie.
While we are waiting on Angie to get back on, y'all, I do want to talk about suites real quick. Another thing that the stylists don't realize about salon suites is it's all about economic to the salon suites. Every year they get an increase on their book on the rent that they paid. It's some type of upcharge that they don't understand. So that's something as well that they don't realize going into these salon suites. Eventually, you'll be paying a house note for a little cubicle, you know, and you paying $1,200 to $1,500, $1,600 a month for a cubicle. Then they don't understand that. So that's even more education that we can teach them as we go into the school about these salon suites. Is that economical wise, it's not going to be wise in the future when you think you're meeting your own, but your own is going to cost you an arm and a leg.
That is
Yes. And another thing is that we need to talk about, because that subject right there, hopefully I told Angie to go out and come back in. Hopefully we can get her back. But another, and then Claudel Hughes says they attract a different clientele because of their character and environment. So that's another thing is that some of them, like I've asked them at the schools, how much do you charge for shampoos? They said they charge $25 to $35. So when they said that, Angie,
I can hear you now.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah. So
y'all had cut out on me. I couldn't hear nothing.
Yeah, there's a lot of extensive training that needs to happen. So touching and agreeing is that if you're out there and you're thinking about doing being a salon professional, it's not just about passing a course. It's about understanding there is a roadmap to building your clientele, and then having a great attitude and being a listener, investing in. I think a lot of African Americans do not retail the way that they should. They run out and they say stuff like, well, I'm gonna make the customer pay for the bottle before I buy it. Well, I sell so much product just with the product sitting on the shelf. You know, I feel that don't wait till they say, do you have it? And you don't have it. And then you go out and say, well, next time you come, I'm gonna give it to you. Hair care starts that minute, that moment, not just when you invest in yourself. You know, make sure that you are up on it, you know, where your clients from the door, when my clients come in, I make sure that they have what they need. I make sure that I have snacks, stuff to drink. I don't charge them for that. And, you know, I say that on every platform. You're not going to get rich charging them for them snacks. So just get that stuff. You need to incorporate that in your their visit. They love the idea that they're getting something free. And then give them a footstool. Let them kick their feet up, massage them. You know, be the best boyfriend you can be for them. Spoil them, because even when they leave, I have clients who think they're going to go out and find another Angela. Woo, good luck, Chuck. And then they end up having to call back because of the fact that they thought they was going to find. Then they said, oh, my hair don't came out. Hey, my hair don't did this. And we have to train these young people about that as well. And also even the ones that's been out there for a long time. And so we're going to move to our next question is, why is it that the customers are willing to pay for red bottoms, but not willing to pay top dollar for their hair?
Good question.
I would say I've heard that, and I have seen happen. Sometimes your clients will tell you, I'm the reason why you make what you make. Okay. I remember it's crazy. Sometimes they don't like to see us do well. I don't know why. But I remember when I was younger, and this is crazy. I remember when Angela used to work at Laveau back in the day. And she had got a new car. And one of her clients looked out and was like, who new car is sitting out there? And she didn't say anything. But when she finally saw Angela, that's your car? She had like an attitude, like, yes. Well, you know, I'm the reason why you got that car.
And she took back her $5 tip with her $5 ass. She took back a $5 tip when she tried on my mink coat. It wasn't a mink coat. It was, that thing I wear with the hood and the fur and all that. And then it was another one when I got my house built. She had a problem again. I lost customers when I lost weight. It's all types of stuff that customers don't know their place. Don't know? Do you go to a restaurant and say, "Well, I don't want to make the owner of a restaurant rich because he already," that's crazy thinking. If I'm giving you hair care and I'm giving you top dollar treatments, don't worry about how I live. So we need to. And another thing what's going on is the fact, hey Tasha, another thing is that if the hairstylist was on that level of where we charge similar, they can't run all over the place. But when you charging, your charge drops dramatically, and this one is up high, and then something's in the middle. We're not on one accord with how we charge. So do you feel like you're in a certain location, the reason why you can't charge like that? Do you feel like
do, and it piggybacks off, you still have house beauticians, right? You still have house beauticians, and I can't talk bad about them because once upon a time I was one of them. But
look, Andrew,
you've been delivered.
We couldn't get her out the house.
Okay, I finally, I came out the house, so I do understand, But even when I was in the house, I was very professional with my stuff. But I would say that because you have people who are still in the house and they're charging a certain amount. But let me tell you something. Let's not sleep on some of them folks who are in the house. I have had clients tell me they have gone to the house, had to come with their hair already shampooed, and then they are still getting asked to pay a high price. And I'm like, and you still going? So some of these people in these houses are not lowballing. Some of them are highballing. Some of them have license and some of them don't. So it's all about the clientele that you want. I like a professional clientele. I like to have clientele that are not weed smokers. And if they are, you can't come to the salon smelling like that. And you have to let them know, because some people do it in their first. Okay, that's what they like to do.
Stop it, man.
But they can't come to the salon smelling like that. You gotta let them know that.
Your cousins can't come to you.
None of your cousins. But we even when let's help somebody out there, because even when you're charging, products are going up.
Yes.
And let's say that I want to talk to that little cheap person, that don't, I want to help that little bitty cheap person. And reason being is, when I used to charge back in the day $25 for a shampoo, I'm freaking 52 years old. You think inflation has happened, a lot of stuff has happened. As salon professionals, if we don't give ourselves raises, who will? And so you tell me, are you going to give back your boss the money when they say, we saw that you did a great job, we're going to give you a raise? Do you say, no, because I've been coming here a long time, y'all don't owe me nothing, I don't deserve it, I just need to continue to work like a slave and not get paid for it? That's crazy. So why is it that you feel that we do not deserve a raise? How let's chime in. And we got Derek. Some men barbers are kitchen magicians. Like
kitchen musicians. Derek, no. That is not okay, sir.
They're kitchen magicians. Yes, you're a kitchen magician.
But and he taught me how to good hair.
You can be at our doctor show. Our hair show is and how did we get there where our clients are showing up to the hair shows? So we're gonna get this whole thing. We're talking and we're hopping, but we want people to understand that we're salon professionals. And if we're professionals, let's say what professionals is. Being professional is not cursing behind the chair, right? Being professional is being on time with my leg bud, and being professional
Just
is
say ouch.
also being able, ouch, and being love it. And being professional is also my clients, when they sit in the chair, I say, how many strands is one strand? They go, 3. How many strands? Why did I make the water warm? I educate my clients. So that's another way of how I get paid, because we talk about hair care. Why did I texturize your relaxer, then bone it out and bone it straight? Well, you don't want me to get it thin here, thin here. You don't want me to have alopecia, CCCA, or traction. Where is CCCA? They go here. Where is the traction? Around here. Okay, why did I shampoo you 3 times? And so they know everything that I teach them. They fill out a form. They actually have an 8-week treatment system. That's my lane. Everybody don't do what I do, but there are the brokest people to me is the ones that do everything. I do this and I do that and I do this and I do that. You're the brokest what? When you practice what you do and you critique that, that's when you are able to see the fruits of your labor, because people now then, even if they don't sit in your chair, like Adrian does a lot of natural hair. I have a client, she came up with all this old crazy hairstyle. I said, you need to go over there. I'm not going to even pretend I'm interested in what she wanted. Get out of my chair and get over there, because that ain't what I do. Go over there. Adrian's already done. She's out my chair. I'm not. So we've got to be okay with Angie. She'll lay and slay a weave. She'll make custom. Go on over there. I know how to do that. You're not interested. So I treat you when your hair fall out from it. So
well, you know what? Their hair ain't falling out over there. Their hair ain't the Love Salon Studio located at 2740 Bonnet Boulevard. Their hair ain't falling out.
So no, that's why I refer them to you. So I just say you because Angie know how I am. I ain't referring nobody to nothing if you don't follow
you come
the
on
Bible.
Get a weave all you want to. You're gonna be mad with me.
Yeah, no. I make sure that the customer, and I like to do quality over quantity. Yes. So I don't like to do a bunch of folks. I like to do the right people who respect what I do. I did a client Saturday, and all I did some treatments on her, and then I did just a little color on her, not much. That was $380. I loved on her hair. I treated her hair every step, and I earned my money. Plus, she tipped me 15%.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So that's what I do. I didn't sew one track. So I didn't have to do that. So Latasha says something is wrong with this lady. Who you talking about? It was Angie. She talking about. So
now she talking about. She talking about you.
So
now she talking.
And then
I want to say this, Angela. To your point, I tell the client when I go to the schools and talk to the young ladies at the school, I tell them, because they want to do everybody. One of the prayers that I prayed when I got back into the industry, because I was in accounting for a while and I did it at home, and then I got full time back into it. I tell them all the time, you have to pray and ask God to send you your folks, because everybody ain't your folks. Send me my people. I want my people. And if you do that, you won't end up with every Mary, Jane, Paul, and Betty in your chair. And you can be selective, and that's how you build a clientele. Be selective. I think a lot of stylists these days are scared to be selective about who they choose as clients, because they want their money, they want their income.
Let me say this.
That you chose,
I gotta get a shout out to my client Michelle Hicks. She's the one that got the color, and she the one tipped me 15%, and she takes care of me on birthdays, holidays.
Okay, Miss Hicks. Go on, Miss Hicks. Set the trend. Go tell your friends how you tip, Miss
Take
Hicks.
care of me.
Go tell your friends they need to take care of their stylists like you do, Miss Hicks.
My sister takes care of me too. Yeah. But Crystal,
Oh,
what was you
thank you,
about to say?
Tasha. Thank you, Tasha.
Yeah,
She just
I don't know.
Tasha confirmed. She confirmed that she was talking to you. There's that.
Okay.
Okay, back on subject. Back on.
Okay. Back on the subject.
Is it Christina? She was trying to say something.
Girl, I don't know. Y'all done went on too.
Yeah, but I
was trying to say something. That you don't forget.
Yes. Y'all shouldn't have put me on this live. Y'all shouldn't put me on here. I'm sorry.
You good, girl.
I'm telling you all, this is good conversation. We got to get it out. But I want to know, when is a good time to put your client out the chair?
When they stop.
When they start acting up.
Stop listening, acting up,
complaining.
Adrian, what did I do that day? That lady came in and wanted to relax her. Her hair was paper thin. And she said that she know how her hair is, and her hair was not laying right. Her ponytail was not laying right. And I said, well, I can style your hair. Your hair does not need a relaxer. And she sat down. She said, okay. She said, you sure don't need a relaxer? I said, I can style your hair without a relaxer. It's going to look nice. You good. She said, well, I'm the customer, and the customer's always right. I took her cape off, and I took her towel off, and I was like, ma'am, I won't be able to service you today. And she looked. She said, I can't believe, are you putting me out? Ma'am, I won't be able to service you today. That day.
That is.
And I was professional. Was I not professional, Adrian?
You were professional, and you had a shop full of people. You weren't gonna listen.
We had a shop full of people that day. You're not gonna sit in this salon and spread that negativity and have people thinking that they can sit in my chair and tell me, and I'm telling you what's good for your hair. And she's gonna say the client is always right, ma'am. No, we're not gonna do that. And I'm sorry, I won't be able to service you. And she looked at me and walked out the door.
Wow. I mean, when I just
you got to go home.
Yeah. And it's time to, when you can't follow the rules, and also it's time to put them out when they have when they bipolar, when they and that's I had she was bipolar and her medication was wearing off, and the first personality liked me, the second one don't. So I couldn't I was trying to help her get it out before the second personality kicked in. And when I was running her credit card, she told me, she said to me, I know you charged me $145. I said, no, you didn't get that treatment. I charged you $135. And she said, really? And then I said, well, your hair is really growing. I said, let me show you. And she said, I'm so sick of you and that old Deserve product line. That's all you talk about. Deserve. And I was like, oh my God. I said, and I clapped my hands. I said, you have to go. I'm done with you. You're leaving. And I said, I will not do your hair ever again. I said, because you need some type of other kind of help. And so she left. She texted me on the phone and apologized. And I knew that she was bipolar. She said, I'm so sorry. Right. And she left. And like Tavia said, it's a matter of respect. I think if we concentrate on the ones that's supposed to be in our chair, we can get rid of the bad seeds. I had one client booked an appointment, 6:30 in the morning, didn't show up. And of course, I have a fee. She said she didn't want to pay it. And I got rid of her, and because I now know what I'm worth, and I know who I am in this business. I've earned it. I'm going to get it. And God is the one who blesses me. And when I feared a client leaving, I would take a lot of stuff. God is the one who built this clientele. He's the one who gave me my customers. He's the one who gave me the knowledge to do hair. So I'm not going to let a human being scare me into thinking because they left. Every time one leave, three come. One leave. One time I got so happy I couldn't let the lady get her foot out the door. She said, "You could at least wait till I leave." I was like, "Oh, but three for the come, because one leave, three come." So we have got to be okay when customers know that we don't know who we are. That's when they start trying to Jew you. That's when they start trying to control you. But I think if we're listening to the customers and the customers is listening to us, it builds a great relationship. If everybody's giving something, do y'all agree with that?
Mm-hmm.
Get your respect, and let's bridge this gap and get these customers back in the salon when they know that you do care. If I just keep talking about how much you owe me instead of talking about the steps that I'm doing to your hair to take care of your hair, then they're going to respect that over me saying, "Do you want me to swipe your card now? You owe me this, you owe me that." No, do the job and you're going to always get paid. You're going to always get paid if you do your job, and pray for the clientele that you want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jumping in real quick, y'all, just to sum all this up. Yep. Just like the movie that Chris Rock did that came out about the relaxers back in the day, y'all, we have to put something out in the media airways. I don't know how we can do this, but if we can get some stylists to come together to create a documentary or to create something that we can put out there that's talking about these type of situations and going out there making a change in the world for the industry, you all, it's going to take more stuff like that, you all. Media is where it's at right now. So I love the talk. I mean, Angela, I pray that this show can get out further and we can get this out so many people can see this. But you all, we really need to think about creating a
podcast. We need to do a podcast,
movie, something where we come together and put these things out there in order to let people know, okay, we're not going to be mistreated as stylists no more. We're not going to take this industry as a joke anymore, because these last 10 years, they've taken us as jokes, you all. And I just think we need to create something that's going to put it out there like this.
Yes. And I think, and
let me jump in before I forget my thought, yes. Angela. Let me jump in before I forget it. Before I forget it again. It came back. It came up. She said it came back. Yeah, let me go and say what I had to say before I forget it again. What I was going to talk about is when we kind of went away from people calling the salon and you could talk to them and listen to them. And by the time they ask you 3, 4, 5 questions about their hair, you already know you don't want to do their hair. But now that you got online booking, you don't know who coming in there. You know what I'm saying? It leaves that intimacy out where you could pick and discern who you want to even deal with. Because I had a girl call me the other day and she told me she wanted some gold hair. She said she wants some finger waves. She was natural, but she might want to relax. I said, let me get your name and number. And I ain't talked to her yet, but that's what I'm saying. That kind of stuff. But I think that when they call, you make the appointment, even though I have online booking, I think we lose the intimacy there.
Yeah. We do. We need more hands-on, and I try to do that in my clientele. Is let's have that conversation. I mean, one of my customers, Darlene Ray, she's on here. Michelle Hicks is on here. They know I'm very intimate with them. I don't book online. I get to know that person. Like I have a new customer trying to get in, but she's schizophrenic. So I am not taking her because she's got 2 names.
Oh my goodness.
Mimi and Kim.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Oh, well, she knows. I don't care who she is, but she is not getting in. I do free hair consultations via Zoom. She was on the Zoom crying like a baby, saying a 10-year-old son called a bald head.
Okay.
But I don't care. But my thing is where I had to say to myself, do I want to put my clients in arm's way and let her come in with all her different surnames? She got 3, and just come in like that. I said no. She's requested a third or fourth free hair consultation. You get only one. And she's still referred, she wants to get in so bad. But I have to say no because I'm afraid to bring her in, So I would say that we need these conversations. We need customers to understand and respect what we do. We need to reach back to these young people who needs to understand. And we got to go. These young people coming from broken homes, their moms are younger than our parents are. They when they had them, they grandmama sometimes raised them, sometimes the streets raised them. Now they want a career. What we have to do is most of the people that I know that are coming in have to get a second job because of the fact we never had to get a second job. Never. We always was able to get it from behind the chair. So why is it that we have to get second jobs now just to make it? Why is it that we're doing that?
I
So
think that goes back to at home.
It goes where?
I think that goes back to your self-perseverance, yourself. Like you got to budget better. A lot of us playing around with our money because we make it so fast. So a lot of them got to pick up. Some of them got to pick up those second jobs because we don't have those budgeting plans. And one about it really, especially back when I got my license, it wasn't a lot of classes about financial literacy. So we're just now, honestly, for myself, within the last couple of years, I'm just now getting into the financial literacy part and teaching myself what to do with my money, how to carry my money so that I don't have to get, a second job. But see, that's where the breakdown is. The salads these days, they're coming out with the financial literacy part. Because a lot of these young girls that I talk to, man, they got all kind of stuff. They got their pages, they got YouTube, they got all kind of ways they making money. They slanging bundles, but they don't have what we have, which is the professionalism, the customer service, the all these, and we missing the financial literacy part. Because a lot of stylists from when I was licensed, back in 2000, well, 1990, 2000, they weren't teaching the money part back then. They was teaching hair care, but they weren't teaching no money part. So we got to bridge the gap. You got to bridge the gap.
Yeah.
And insurance. A lot of us don't have, I think Adrian.
Retirement. They don't have retirement. You have to learn how to have retirement. Adrian, and that's one of the things that when we go to schools and talk, you have to talk about, old school things, the hair care, the professionalism, but you need to also talk about that money because like she said, fast money comes quick, but then you need to know how you have to budget, how you need to put money over here for your insurance, your short-term disability. Like I have short-term disability. I pay an arm and leg because if something happens to this arm and I want to be able to work, I need to my insurance to be able to pay me for some months out. Some people don't even have that. So you have to teach. And I think like Teddy says, we have to go back in to the schools. But you know what? Maybe we need to talk about this offline, you guys, because maybe we got something here that we can come together with and go to the schools and we can make a little money and produce this to them. Because a lot of times when you go to schools will always tell you, I'm here to teach you how to pass the test. That's what you come to school for. I'm not really teaching you how to lay a lace front or teach you how really to do knotless braids. I am here to teach you how to pass the test. So in passing the test, they don't talk about financial literacy. They don't talk about all these other professionalism and things like that. They're telling you about state board, the laws, and that's basically it. So, and we even talked to the young girl who just came into Angela's salon. She was like, when she explained to us, when they go and take the test now, it's less than what we had to do when we got our test. Wow. And I was like, y'all doing what? Y'all didn't do this part? No, we didn't have to do that. It's like I hate to say they're dumbing them down, but they're making them do less work than what we had to do. So it's like it's time for us maybe to create something and go out there and to present something to schools to take these young ladies and men to the next level.
Let me jump in and
And I
say
know
this,
we're
not to cut
behind
you
time
off.
because we're only supposed to be here on an hour.
Yeah, we're gonna let Crystal say something, and then
Before I forget,
we're
yes,
gonna
before
do
I forget.
a
Okay.
quick giveaway. Yeah.
So listen, as you was as you were saying about school, they're only teaching them to pass the test, but I think that some of that you can just teach in between that. That is how to dress, make sure your hygiene is well, respect, know how to talk to people, be respectful. I think all of those things you can teach in between there. It shouldn't take very much just for you. If the instructors have it, you'll teach it. They might not have it because they be acting just like the children. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Mhm. So I don't think it take much because you would teach them what you have. Because I find myself teaching what I know, what I teach my children to other people's children. You know what I'm saying? It just comes natural. But if you all in, you'll give your all to me.
Yeah. I think that, and I think a lot of them are riding off their government money, and they're only concerned about getting their
Yes.
check. And I also think about respect, making the students sit up, and in the class they're laying down, they're on their cell phones. They
Another
are
thing. Leave that in
when
your car.
they sitting in
Yeah.
there and they're eating, and and also their teachers are asking them for food. They just it's like a and then one lady told me, student told me, she said, you must be a good, she said, we learned so much from you in an hour, and you bad. That she kept calling me spicy, you spicy, you spicy. And she said everybody usually would not come back after the lunch break, so you good, because all of them came back. And I was like, really? I didn't know that you're gonna pay for this education and then turn around and not come back. I didn't understand, because when I was in at that time, I was wanting to, I sponged up all the information. So, and I was excited because I saw it as a career than just a job. So, but I thank you all for being a part of this. We don't win over y'all. And so, so we got to cut it, but I hadn't done it in a while, and I knew we might roll over,
Yeah.
but I'm telling you, we have something here, and we've got to trim down. And then I know Crystal has a topic that is great, that we want to talk about how to give the family time as salon professionals, because we miss funerals, we miss weddings, we miss a lot of stuff because we're behind the chair. And sometimes even when we make it, we're there as zombies. We're tired and we worn out because we made it, but we're like, oh, we're tired because, and how do we maneuver? And then how do we trim up our day when we're just stretching it out and there's too many gaps? So we need to talk about that. And also Tabby said the instructor has to care as well. And she also said, yes, it does. Respect is earned, just not given. But sometimes, it happens. So we want to do a giveaway. We need 3 takeaways. We need 3 people to tell us, type real quick, on what you feel that you learned right here and there. And all 5 of us has got to touch and agree. You just don't just so come with no mess. But we want to hear it in the comments, what you have learned today. It don't have to be long, but just give us 3 takeaways, and you're going to win a prize, one of the deserved elixirs. You're going to use this twice a day, brought to you by Deserve Professional Hair Care Product. You're going to use this twice a day if you have no edges. And we're going to do a show about why do I not see edges and you don't care anymore. We want to know why you acting like you don't have any edges. We want people to care about the hair. Chris, I love that idea. Adrian, Angie, I love that idea about that brick and mortar of building a business, having the retirement, having the your money together to have something retire. And also we need to add in because now I'm just getting so interested in having properties. We need to my businesses are good to me, very, very, very good, but also we need to learn more about investing in our money. You know, we can do group investments and other things, angel investments. We need to have more.
Look at Tavia, Angela. Somebody has already commented.
We got Tavia.
Yep. Tavia said, continue with education, be respectful, and choose your clients. That was her 3 takeaways.
Y'all all got to touch and agree, though.
All right.
Yeah, she did good. Miss Hall was listening. She was listening. Go on, Miss Hall.
Yes, we know she's a salon professional. Yes, you've won. You're a damage reversal elixir oil. So we have, is Tavia the only one that won?
Yep, so far. Yep.
She the only one?
Yep. Give them a second. Let's see if somebody else gets up there.
Okay, Tavia won. Okay, Tavia said. Do we have Darlene Ray?
Oh, Darlene.
Come on, y'all read it. Somebody.
Financial balancing is important. Okay, go ahead, Angela.
Financial balancing is important. Showing respect builds relationships with clients. Training is important. Go on, Miss Ray. I agree with that.
Everybody touch and agree?
Yes. Who's touching and agreeing?
Okay.
Teddy, where your touch?
Teddy ain't touching.
I'm touching. I'm with y'all. I'm with you.
Y'all, we thought we had maybe one more. But we want to thank all of our special guests. And it is not over, you all. This is just getting started. We just had to jump in there and get out, because we still need to talk about relaxers and the chemicals, the lawsuits, formaldehyde-free products, and also the first signs of when the hair is beginning to thin out and bald. And we need to talk about the financial side to it. And we need to talk about when is a good time to give us raises. Crystal, we need you to chime in on that family and talk about family time, because we have families and we need to know when and how to maneuver our clientele to get to doing things for our families, so we stop missing out on life. We need to plan vacations and all these things. So I thank my special guests. We got Adrian, Taddy, Crystal, and also Angie Castor.
This was fun, y'all. I enjoyed this very much. Nice to meet you guys.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so we always go out with we got our winners, Darlene Ray, Tavia Hall. So we also want to go out. Y'all stay tuned, because Talk Hair to Me is back, and we're gonna end the show just saying, hey, God bless. Everybody have a good night. We sorry we went over, but we had a lot to discuss. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Healthy hair, healthy hair.
Talk hair, let's talk hair. Talk hair to me. Talk hair to me. Talk hair to me. Talk hair to me. Let's talk hair.